Hey YouTube, it's Diana. So I'm back with a quick video. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. My channel is all about eating a healthier lifestyle on my weight loss journey. I am plant-based, vegan. I've been for, 9 months now. So going into 10. So we'll say 10 months. So if that interests you, consider subscribing. Today's video, I just wanted to make really quick. There's been a lot of memes I've seen out there in like the social media world and, just talking to friends. And, over the last 10 months, I really have learned a lot. Not just about, me as a person, but like my relationships with other people. So the question has come up a lot, like I said, on social media and other places, and I've heard other people talking about it. Could you as a vegan date a non-vegan? Or if you are a non-vegan, could you date a vegan? I'm also going to piggyback off of that with the fact that maybe you're not vegan or you are vegan, but maybe the question is more, could you date someone with a food restriction or a diet restriction, based on like an allergy? There's people out there that can't have dairy. There's people out there that can't have shellfish. And I get that. Like, those are a little more easy to avoid. Let's be honest. But really in past, friendships even and relationships, I've had a hard time, explaining, of course, in the last 12 years, back then, like I've stated before, gluten allergy was very hard for people to understand. Now, on a lot of menus, gluten-free is pretty much everywhere. Whether people still understand it or not, I don't really know. But I even feel that being gluten-free is like super hard sometimes to get even friends to understand, or even if you're dating someone, because like I said, there's that education piece. I think people think just because I'm not gonna like puff up and break out in hives and hyperventilate that oh well, then you can eat this roll, or you can just like eat this and take the meat or whatever I'm eating at the time like out of the bread. And it's kind of like, well, no, it doesn't really work that way. There's cross-contamination. I could still get like sick. It's just something I don't like to try to mess with. Occasionally, my allergy to gluten is not as sensitive as others. So yeah, I do consider some of those options, although they're not ideal. So I don't try to do that on a regular basis. But, going out to eat with friends has been always difficult for me over the last few years. It's only gotten easier, like I said, because there's restaurants out there now, like Cheesecake Factory has gluten-free buns and gluten-free pasta. TGI Fridays has gluten-free buns. A lot of places are just advertising gluten-free now, even though I'm kind of like, well, you were always gluten-free, like, way to advertise. But as opposed to going and calling a restaurant and saying, hey, do you have gluten-free options? And they say, oh yeah, you can order a salad. Really? Like, obviously. But there's even like local places popping up in my area, like pizza shops that have gluten-free pasta or gluten-free pizza. There was even a place nearby, a friend told me that, we're in Philly, we're known for cheesesteaks. They had gluten-free rolls for the cheesesteaks, which I thought was pretty cool. So, gluten-free has come such a long way. It's in the grocery stores now. It's popping up on menus pretty much everywhere. It was getting easier, let's put it that way. But being vegan has definitely served its challenges. There aren't as many places that I can eat out that are vegan that are also gluten-free. Do you get where I'm coming from here? So I know a friend said it best when she found out that I went vegan. She was just like, oh no, like I'm not going out to eat with you, because she already knew that I was already restricted as someone who was gluten-free. So needless to say, I do not eat out quite often, which I guess if you're friends with someone or even dating someone, that can come as quite a problem, because usually people like to go out to eat. That's just an activity that people like to do. It's a social activity to break bread and share food. I think that's why I'm also really excited about this diet, because it's forcing me to cook at home more. And I love to cook. I've always loved to cook. Now, back to what I was talking about. So I really feel there's 4 pieces to really being successful in any friendship or relationship when someone doesn't eat the same diet as you. And yeah, it's not impossible. And yeah, you can eat different diets in one household. Sure, it's ideal to eat the same kind of foods, but I mean, in all reality, everyone eats differently for different reasons, whether they're religious or, for weight loss and health, or just personal values and benefits, or allergies. So, I mean, I really think the first part in any friendship or relationship is the fact that step 1, the person needs to realize you're not going to change the other person's mind. And really, if you were trying to, I don't really know what kind of person you would be. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I don't go to my friends, you can ask any of them, and push on them eating vegan. I might talk about it a lot, or I might show like recipes or pictures, or, I might mention it or something, but I don't do it in a way that I'm trying to say, hey, you should stop eating that, or why are you eating that? Or I don't judge them and I don't criticize them. So, and I don't try to like persuade them to switch their diet. So I think that's really the first important part, is once the person kind of realizes like, oh, you're serious about this. Oh, okay, like you've been doing this before we met, or even if you started doing it like while you've been dating or friends with this person, they kind of need to realize and accept the first part that they're not going to change your mind. Step 2, I really believe, is the education piece. Because like I said, even with like a gluten allergy, if you don't really understand what it's doing to my body and why I can't have gluten, until you can actually understand that process, you're not going to understand why I chose the way I eat. So I think until people realize that like, yeah, eating a vegan diet isn't like some hipster trendy thing to do, like there's an education piece behind it. There's a reason why I don't want to either kill animals and eat them, or, why I feel I can get my protein from other sources of natural foods that aren't animals. A lot of people obviously have that misconception that if you're vegan, you lack protein and B12 and all the essential, vitamins and nutrients. But, studies have shown so many different, examples of whole natural fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, of all types of varieties of food that aren't animal derivative, that offer so many health benefits. So I think once the person can get past step 1 of not changing your mind, step 2 of the education piece of learning about the diet you're on and wanting to do that, I mean, that also really shows like obviously how great of a friend they are, or how great of, like a person they are in the relationship, because they care about you. They want to understand you better. They want to know, like, why is this person not able to eat the things that I eat, or chooses not to? So I think that's important too. And of course, not every friend is going to do that. And I'm not saying they're a bad friend, and, not every partner is going to do that, but that doesn't mean they're bad either. It's just, like I said, it's a process. And they may never do it. And that's okay. Like, that doesn't mean I'm going to like stop being friends with somebody, or, I'm not going to stop being friends with you because you want to eat a steak or fish or, whatever the case may be. I mean, that's all you, boo. You do you. Like, you eat what you want to eat, and I eat what I want to eat. As long as that's okay and it's not going to cause an issue, then rock on. So, I think the other part is, once they do get that education piece, it's going to want to kind of spur in them a motivation. And they kind of you see them, they get excited for you. They see products at the store, like, and they text you pictures like, hey, this was gluten-free, or this was vegan, and they thought of you, right? Or like they see something on a menu, or when they go to cook for you, they really want to try to go out of their way to like learn how to cook a recipe for you, to impress you, to be like, hey, I have friends that cook for me, and they do that all the time with gluten-free. Maybe they'll do it with vegan. I don't know. But like, you do get to that point, and it is exciting to watch them like kind of change before your eyes, where they've now accepted you. They now, they care about you so much that they want to make you happy, that they do these things. And I think like really that last piece kind of goes hand in hand with the acceptance. I think really that's the final part, is just, if you have the right people in your life, friends, partners, whoever, they're going to accept you no matter what you eat. Does it find like a challenge in that friendship or relationship? Of course it does, because it's so different. And especially eating vegan, because it's so dramatically different. You're eliminating, the American diet pretty much. You're eliminating not only like meat, but you're eliminating dairy. And if you really think about it, if you're very extreme vegan, you're not even going to want to eat breads that are made with like eggs or, something that has milk in it. I'm always checking labels of things. Obviously I try not to eat too much processed food, but, it does come up. We're in America, we eat processed food. I mean, it happens. I try my hardest not to, but there's a lot of labels out there too that state they have milk or eggs or whatever. So, I think just being strict about it really does surprise people a lot. And it just really shows how limiting, eating processed foods and the American diet and going out to eat can be. I mean, of course there's alternatives. There's vegan restaurants. I don't live by too many. And of course, like I said, restaurants are getting better. Now that plant-based diet is becoming a little more popular, should we say, just like keto and everything else, things are getting advertised that way in grocery stores and at restaurants. So it is exciting to see that like dairy-free ice cream at the ice cream parlor is now being advertised as vegan. It kind of makes me snicker a little, but hey, I mean, whatever you got to do, marketing is marketing. So yes, at the end of the day, to answer your question, would I date a non-vegan? Absolutely. Because my friends are all non-vegan. My parents aren't 100% vegan. They do eat dairy occasionally. Me, myself, I haven't cheated once. I don't plan to. I don't miss it. I'm super happy. I've never had this much energy in my life. I've been losing weight is a benefit, but that's not really the only reason I did it. But I mean, I just don't know what took me so long. I even had a friend that I've known for quite some time, and he's been vegan for a very long time, and he used to tease me like, why don't you just go vegan? When are you going to go vegan? And I just always thought like, oh my God, like I could never do that. And like, he's crazy. But Chris, like you were right. If you ever watch this video, like I took way too long to join the vegan train. So here I am. Yes, I would date a vegan or a non-vegan. Would they date me? Gosh, I hope so. I hope my diet wouldn't bother them that much. But, if it did, then maybe they're not the right person. And if I have a friend that's out there right now watching this and it bothers you that I'm eating this way, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess you really aren't my friend, but I don't think I have any friends that are like that. So my friends are really awesome. So I'm very blessed. So yeah. So thanks for watching. I just wanted to make this a quick video. It ended up being a little longer than I wanted, but don't ever really change for somebody else, I guess is the point. Stick to however you are able to diet, or stick to whatever kind of meal plan is best for you. Like I said, I eat gluten-free because I have to. I have celiac disease. I have that intolerance. So I have to. I don't have a choice in the matter. But I do choose every day to make a choice to eat vegan. And that is my choice. And as far as I can see, I don't have any reason to change that. So appreciate you all watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay driven.